This session includes strong hypnotic language that can induce deep relaxation, drowsiness, and sleep. So please do not listen while driving, operating machinery of any kind, or if you are in any place or situation where it is dangerous both to yourself or to others to close your eyes. And so hi, this is Nick, talking to you and spending time with you now. In this self-hypnosis, guided meditation, and deep sleep relaxation experience that I have written to help you drift quickly and easily into sleep, and to help you find the inner calm, the inner poise, and the inner peace of a resting mind and body that will enable you to more easily relax and enjoy this upcoming journey through trance. Over the next little while, you find yourself easing away from all daytime attachments and distractions, from any busyness of mind, and from any negative or excessive overthinking that you may find difficult to set aside, when it really is time now to just relax and let go. And so, as you begin to wind down, as you begin to familiarize yourself with my soothing tones, and as you open your mind to the arrival of those sleepy bedtime rhythms, I'm going to invite you now to close your tired eyes whenever you feel ready, and ease into a comfortable resting position where you can safely allow my voice to go with you over the next little while. And as always, before we start to begin, I would like to remind you that this is a forward-looking hypnosis, which I have composed in the spirit and with the positive intention that wherever you are in the world, whatever you are facing, and wherever you are going, tomorrow will be a better day than today. So with that compassionate generosity in mind, why don't you take a few quiet moments here for yourself to just compose and settle, and at your own pace and in your own way, give yourself any permissions you feel you may need to relax as you initiate the process of shifting your awareness away from the day that has just passed, and away also from any situation or sensation that you may find troubling or worrisome. And this change of flow really can come to you so easily. As easily, in fact, as simply noticing, or even imagining, if you prefer, the soft weight of those resting eyelids, the gentle rising and falling of your chest, and the sounds, the textures, and the comforting rhythms that accompany each softly passing breath. And within these moments of expanding self-awareness, I would like for you, as best you can, and however you so choose, to consciously bring your mind away from any reflections on the past, away from any forecasting of the future, and into this present moment, so that your whole sense of being exists here, and only here, right now, in your own place, in your own room, and within the safe, protective folds of your own relaxing subconscious. A calming, soothing sanctuary where, with your eyes resting closed, you can bring to life in your mind's eye now your surroundings, visualizing and sensing the colors, the textures, and the tones of any nearby objects. Noticing also, perhaps, the temperature of the room, the air on your skin, the feeling of your body blending into the surface below you, as well as any nearby or distant sounds, or any faint aromas. Knowing that you don't have to block out these familiar and homely sensations. You can bring them into this delightful trance to further enhance and deepen your comfort and relaxation. And so as you continue to rest back, and as you feel your awareness gradually moving away from the outside world and a little more into your world, you might find yourself noticing also the emergence of certain kinds of changes that come with the perception or recognition of those relaxing sensations, signaling to your mind and body that this is not only the time, but also just the right time to allow that easy flow into sleep. And perhaps you're noticing the tighter muscles in and around your eyes beginning to release and unwind, spreading a lighter feeling across your face and around your jaw that you may sense is starting to loosen. Or maybe you're simply noticing that every passing breath, moment by moment, second by second, is becoming just a little lighter, a little lazier, and a little longer. Whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're feeling, and whatever you're noticing, just make an internal note of these evolving sensations and simply let them be. Because as you do unwind and relax like this, it is perfectly natural and normal for sensations and feelings to come and go, all within the easy flow of your meandering mind. As some thoughts quickly arrive and then quickly disappear, And as some thoughts linger for a little longer on your internal horizon, demanding more insistently your attention and talking to you in louder, more intrusive and more persistent kinds of ways. And as we both well know, all too often, one negative thought can be followed very quickly by another, and especially at bedtime, when our unoccupied mind tends to race. That flow of troubling or uneasy thinking can very easily evolve into a perpetual cycle of being pulled into a never-ending spiral of anxiety, where those darker thoughts are constantly calling your name and beckoning you to follow. And you may be finding that the allure of these types of thoughts indeed can be very strong, and if they have been embedded for a long time, they might in fact feel, in some strange or surreal kind of way, comforting and familiar, and perhaps even addictive, as though maybe they have become part of your identity. Although it's important to understand that whether they appear in the form of an image, or whether they call out to you in the form of a moving picture, an imagined scene of an inner conversation or dialogue, or even simply as some kind of sensing of an intangible feeling of anxious unease, your thoughts really are nothing more than spontaneous bursts of energy that very often have no foundation in reality or truth. Because we can all think of times, can we not, when we allowed our fears and concerns to get the better of us, when we visualized or imagined a negative future situation, and maybe we even obsessed over that troubling scenario and pictured somewhere within our mind all negative scenarios, only to find that in the end, our fears were unfounded and unrealized. So if any of those scenarios, in some way or other, sound familiar to you, I would propose to you now to perhaps instead take a slightly different approach. And that is for just a short while to simply allow your wandering mind the permission and freedom to go wherever it pleases and to roam without boundaries. As you continue to rest back and absorb my words here, and as this mind creates for your attention, as it will, any images, any movies, any phrases or any kind of inner conversations that might evoke feelings of discomfort or unease. I'd like for you to simply acknowledge any surfacing new thought with an awareness that enables you to move your conscious mind away, and then simply release that thought so that it is free to just drift away to wherever those discarded thoughts go when they run out of our emotional fuel. And this simple change of state is so important in breaking this pattern. Because once you become a more distant and partial observer of your own thinking, you're no longer engaged with those negative or disruptive inner energies. You're no longer emotionally connected. And you're no longer addicted. Instead, you can just acknowledge the coming and going of your thoughts without any kind of judgment, without any kind of self-criticism or self-doubt, and without any obligation to react or respond in any particular way. And as you feel more comfortable with this impartial observation of your own thinking, and as you become more adept at detaching your emotions, you might come to the realization that while you may not be able to control how, when, or even why a thought appears, you do have the choice of whether to respond or to react to that thought, or to simply allow it to drift on by. In the same way that you might enjoy sitting in a cozy armchair on a cold winter evening, watching the flames dancing randomly in a fireside hearth, or laying down on warm sand on a clear summer day, and watching clouds drift across a rich blue sky, or sitting on a riverbank on a beautiful moonlit autumn evening, entranced by the swirling patterns of falling overhead leaves, as you watch the reflections of distant stars shimmering on the surface of the still water. And the more you begin to view those unwanted thoughts as transient, and maybe even as just random passers-by, the more they will fade away into the background and become increasingly insignificant with every passing moment, until each of those unwelcome thoughts, they become so distant, so weak, so powerless, that they eventually crumble and dissolve. And as those thoughts begin to recede and ebb away, leaving behind a calmness and stillness of mind, you can continue to calm and ease yourself down by bringing your attention back to your breathing, taking a series of deeper, slower, more focused and more naturally soothing breaths. Noticing that with each longer, lighter, and easier breath, with the observation of each comforting rise and fall of your chest. Your mind continues to clear. So why don't you take this opportunity now, as it all begins to quieten, and as it all begins to settle, to fill those expanding inner spaces with a new sense of hope and belief, with the planting of new seeds of positivity that might initially be a few words of inner kindness and encouragement, or a visualization of your most serenely peaceful destination, or a feeling of reassurance that comes with a soft and compassionate inner smile, with the lightness of a pleasing thought, or the warmth of a happy childhood memory. Because I sincerely hope that you are already beginning to recognize within your expanding self-awareness that you are so much more than just your thoughts, and that you really do have every necessary tool within your settling mind to self-soothe, to self-calm, and to journey deeper on down through all of your inner levels. Because whether you are looking to this hypnosis to embed new positive behavior, to eliminate limiting beliefs or damaging self-talk, or simply to more easily drift away into a night of refreshing and replenishing sleep, every journey towards inner change or towards inner peace begins only when your mind becomes clear, when your mind becomes present, as you really do find yourself moving away from any of those lingering daytime distractions, and away from all temptations to reflect regretfully on the past, or to negatively forecast the future, to simply exist in the here and now of this very moment, with all of your energies directed inwards, just enjoying being you, in your simplest, your purest, and your most authentic form. The you that exists when you're free from all emotional burdens and reactions. And even if at times, within the emergence of this growing inner stillness, you find that your mind is tempted to revisit some of those more unsettling thoughts, I ask only you retain the self-awareness to notice your drifting mind, to acknowledge and accept the spontaneous, random arrival of those thoughts, and then instantly bring yourself back once more to this moment, back once more to my guiding voice that is always here for you, always patiently waiting for your return, like an old friend. And whether you are continuing to closely follow my words, or whether you are already in a place of such deeply immersed calm that my voice is just washing over you, like waves lapping against a sandy shore, or soft, late afternoon sunlight brushing against your cheek. I wonder if you have wondered just how deeply you can send yourself down into your subconscious. Through how many descending layers of calm can those long, deep, cleansing inhalations and exhalations really take you? Because although you may not be consciously aware of how deeply you can relax, I do know that your subconscious knows that there is a state of relaxation within that is 10 times, 20 times, maybe even 30, 40, or 50 times deeper than this. And so, as you naturally find and enjoy your most calming breathing cadence, and as your body eases further into its most pleasing relaxations, I invite your subconscious to take you to that place now. And it's such an amazingly soothing sensation to simply allow your thoughts to drift away and your mind to come to a slow and gradual standstill, to just enjoy the smooth, lazy retreat into your higher self, where you can drift and float so easily within the vast expanses of your still mind, and explore in your own way, however you so choose, all of those hidden levels and flaws of your loving and welcoming subconscious. Because you really are ready to bathe now in the calming, cleansing waves of your body's nighttime pulses, their easy rhythms and patterns clearing your mind, in the same way that a receding wave leaves behind fresh, clean sand. As any lingering or distracting or even negative thoughts just drift away. And as you float into the purest, deepest sleep, your internal rhythms carrying you so soundly and so gently, as all of the beautiful sounds and vistas of the universe settle around and within you, soothing and guiding you to complete rest. Because you're free now to so beautifully enjoy this upcoming deep sleep, to dream with such positive hope and expectation, while you heal and replenish so fully and so wholly from within. As you just flow deeper and deeper and deeper. And so all that remains is for me to wish you good night. Sleep well, my listening and resting friend. And until the next time, with my deepest, best regards, Nick.